Yo, what's good, Hoop Digest fam? Today we're diving into something that's getting slept on heavy. The idea of being a so-called ball hog. Yeah, we've all heard the term, but let's be real. It doesn't mean what it used to. Back in the day, it was just a way to diss someone for not passing the rock enough. But in today's game, that ball hog label has evolved. We're talking about volume scorers, guys who carry their team offensively and put up a lot of shots. But here's the twist. Being that dude, the one who takes 20, 25 shots a night, way harder than people think. It's more than just jacking up shots. It's a whole mindset, a skill set, and a pressure that not everyone can handle. So let's get into why being a volume scorer is one of the toughest jobs in the game. So first, we got to break down how the whole ball hog term evolved. Back in the day, if you were getting up a bunch of shots, people would automatically throw shade. Oh, he's a ball hog. He's selfish. It didn't matter if you dropped 40. Cats would still criticize you for shooting too much. But the game has changed. And we've gotten smarter about what it means to be that guy. In today's NBA, being a volume scorer is more of a necessity. The game is faster, defenses are more sophisticated, and sometimes your team needs you to take 25 shots just to have a chance. The term ball hog doesn't even really fit anymore. Instead, we're talking about players who are relied on to carry the offense, to be the go-to scorer night after night. And let's be real, that role ain't for everybody. Everybody loves to say, oh, if this player took as many shots as that player, he'd average the same points. Nah, it doesn't work like that. It ain't that simple. There's a reason only a select few of players can even get off 20 shots a night. And it's because it takes more than just skill to do it. Getting 20 shots off against NBA defenses is a battle every single time. Think about it. You're going up against elite defenders who have studied your every move. These dudes are in film rooms breaking down your tendencies, planning out how to stop you. They know where you like to catch the ball, which way you drive, whether you pull up from the left, from the right. And on top of that, you've got to deal with double teams, traps, and entire defensive schemes designed to shut you down. You don't just waltz into 20 good shots. It's a grind. Now, here's the part that most people overlook. Not everyone can create their own shot. Some dudes are out there living off catch and shoot situations, waiting for someone else to set them up. But when you're a volume scorer, you're creating your own offense. You gotta have the handles, the footwork, the IQ, and the confidence to get your shot off whenever and wherever. Look at Kobe, Allen Iverson, Carmelo Anthony. These were dudes who could get a bucket whenever they wanted. They weren't waiting for someone to pass them the ball in the corner. They were going out and making something happen. Whether it was a pull-up jumper, a drive to the rim, or a contested mid-range fadeaway. These guys lived in tough shot territory. And that's what separates the good from the elite. Not every player can create quality shots on their own. And that's why being a volume scorer requires a special kind of skill set. Now, let's talk about the mental aspect. It's easy to say, yeah, I could take 20 shots a game, but could you keep shooting after missing your first 10? See, that's where most people tap out. When you're a volume scorer, you've got to have the ice in your veins. You need the confidence to keep shooting, even when it's not your night, even when you're bricking shots left and right. Kobe was the king of this. Dude could miss his first 12 shots and still be ready to take the game winner. It's a different kind of mindset. Most players get in their feelings after a bad stretch and start hesitating. They'll pass up shots or look for someone else to bail them out. But when you're the volume guy, there's no hesitating. You gotta be fearless. The team needs you to keep shooting. And even if you're 0 for 10, you gotta believe that next shot is going in. That's not easy. It's mentally exhausting to carry that load game after game, especially when the fans, the media, and even your teammates are looking at you sideways when the shots aren't falling. But that's what separates the good from the great. Guys like Kobe, Iverson, or even James Harden, they keep shooting because they have to. It's in their DNA. Volume scorers don't just take shots because they want to. They take them because they have to. When you're the main option, the offense flows through you. And when the game gets tight, when the offense is stagnant, or when the shot clock is running down, guess who's expected to bail them out? You. This is why players like Kobe or Iverson were criticized for being ball hogs. But at the same time, they were doing what their teams needed them to do. Their squads were often lacking talent, so the burden fell on them to carry the offense. And sometimes, that means taking a shot over two defenders rather than passing to your fourth or fifth option. Because let's be real, do you really want your fifth option taking that big shot? Probably not. When you're the number one option, you're going to face double teams. Teams are going to try to make someone else beat them. But sometimes, even if you're seeing two defenders, you're still the best option to shoot. It sounds wild, but it's true. Sometimes it's better for the team if you take a contested shot over two guys than let your fifth option take a wide open jumper. Here's where it gets really interesting. Some players have all the talent in the world, but just don't want the pressure. Look at guys like Paul George or Joe Johnson. On paper, they've got everything. The handles, the jumper, the size, IQ. They've got the tools to be volume scorers, but they don't always embrace their role. Why? Because being the guy who takes 20 plus shots a night is mentally exhausting. It's easier to be the second or third option where the pressure isn't all on you. Guys like PG and Joe Johnson, those have been go-to guys on a lot of teams, but their personalities are more laid back, more passive. They don't have that killer instinct to take every shot when the team needs it most. And that's why, even though they're incredibly talented, they often fall into secondary roles. It's not that they can't lead, it's that they don't have the same mentality as a Kobe or an Iverson who live for these moments. At the end of the day, being a volume scorer is about more than just jacking up shots. It's a mental grind, a physical grind, and a skill that only a few players in the league possess. You have to create shots on your own, have the confidence to keep shooting even when you're cold, and carry the weight of an entire team on your back night after night. It's not for everybody. So next time someone throws out the term ball hog, take a second to think about what that really means. There's a lot more to being a volume scorer than just taking a bunch of shots. It takes a unique blend of skill, mentality, fearlessness to step into that role and thrive. All right, that's a wrap for today's episode, Hoop Digest fam. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more fire content. Drop your thoughts below. Who's your favorite volume scorer in NBA history? Let me know, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.